So, Dan, you've been self-employed now for 6 months. How are you finding it so far?
Yeah, really exciting and quite fun actually. The biggest change has been just the elevation in the amount of freedom that I've got in life now. Being able to work on your terms and fit a lifestyle around a business and the work that you enjoy. But the biggest thing for me has just been I've just been introduced to so many super skilled, super successful agents, and just being able to learn from them and gain experience from them for me personally has just been sort of invaluable.
So what's your typical week look like? What you doing Monday to Friday?
So Monday morning, I'm meeting with yourself, we meet in Regis, sometimes we meet some of the other individuals in the EXP network. We meet on a Monday morning, catch up over the weekend, plan the week ahead, and then we're cracking on viewings throughout the week, valuations, speaking to people, trying to get property on, collaborating. To be honest with you, like, every week is different, every day is different. It all depends on what opportunities arise. But the biggest thing for me in regards to what I've been able to do with my weeks is do more of the things that I enjoy around work, such as being able to go gym in the morning, being able to walk the dog at lunch, go to the gym at lunch, go to a dentist appointment in the afternoon, just the little things in life. Being able to do that freely and still be able to work has been key for me.
And on that point, you spend a lot of time abroad, right?
Yep.
Tell us more about that.
Yeah, so very fortunate enough, my dad and myself sort of started an adventure sort of around 2019, 2020, and we basically I manage for him a portfolio of sort of 22, 23 properties, and it just requires me to have to go out there, where it is early doors and make sure everything's up and running and everything's working. So when I was at my previous role in the city for one of the biggest firms, you can only really get 25 days holiday per year, so it made that aspect of life quite difficult. Whereas now, being able to work with yourself, if something comes up and I'm like, Kev, next week, in 2 weeks' time, I need to get away, I need to sort bits out, I have that freedom, and being able to get away and still work, still have people here that are looking after your business, working together. You're always working, but just because you're away doesn't mean that you're away from work. So this model, this sort of setup has just allowed me to elevate that side of the business as well as the business over here astronomically.
And you mentioned their collaboration. I mean, the biggest question you had for me when you thought about going self-employed is where is the stock going to come from?
Yeah.
We've collaborated on pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Every property we get, we work on it together.
Absolutely.
And obviously, we're in these great surroundings now where we're sitting in another house that you and I don't even know who owns it.
Yeah.
Doesn't that just sum up the whole collaborative thing? So could you tell us a little bit more about that, your experience of working with these other people?
Yeah, so with my previous background, in the sort of the more corporate aspect, collaborative is not within the dictionary. It's very friendly competition, but ultimately, you are responsible for your own commission. So with what I was doing previously, you're up against the other people in the office. Whereas this model is completely different. It's everything is collaborative. You're working with people, and with what we've got here today, from my perspective, being able to work with yourself with people like Andy, who super successful, been there, done that, have an amazing network, being able to kind of bridge that shortcut, gain access to these sort of properties and these clienteles. I wouldn't have been able to do that on my own or with my previous role this early. So with this model, being able to work together in a collaborative model, it just means that you're fast tracked with knowledge and you're fast tracked with earning potential.